Technology works when you do it right. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you too. Hey,
okay,
everyone.
Good.
I think we're finally here. Gotta love it, huh? Nothing like having a professional studio to do all of this stuff in with a whole team of people to take care of us. Anyway, hey, everyone. We don't have any of that, by the way. Hi, everyone. Dan here, and welcome to the Designers Show on this day. John, thanks for being here. Rene, he's back from the Builder Show. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Cool. All right, so we're getting some people logging in. We got Doug, and Doug, how you doing? Thanks for being here. And boy, it's cold up here in the north right now. Yes, it is. I think we're still about -6 or 7 right now. Have you got video? What do you mean, have we got video? I think we do. You guys should be seeing this.
Yep.
-32. Norma.
Ooh, Norm.
You. That's cold.
Nope.
Nope. And a lot of people are saying hi. So, guys, thanks for chiming in today. And Auckland, New Zealand just had floods. Cold is much easier to deal with than floods. Yes. Yeah. So hopefully you didn't have too much damage, Norman. So hope you're holding strong there. Ontario, North Shore of Lake Ontario. Yep, that would be where it's nice and cold. But anyway, welcome today. And our topic today that we're going to focus on for a bit here, along with other things, with the wheel, and we'll answer your questions. So if you do have questions about Chief, feel free to type them in. We're glad to help. And Rene just got back from the Builder Show, the IBS, International Builder Show, and from the Philippines. All right, hey, Rose. So, Rene, let's jump into this for a minute. Actually, before we jump into that, real quick, guys, little commercial here. We still have some room in our summit coming up. So let me just share my screen for a second here. So here. So the summit, which many of you have probably heard us speak of, is coming up a week from today. I'm going to get there a week from today, but we start a week from Sunday. People will start arriving a week from Sunday, and we'll be coordinating rides. People will be driving. We've got a lot of things happening. People will arrive on Monday, and from then on, we'll be spending the week together, cranking hard on Chief Architect. So pretty excited. This is going to be a great event. We've got a lot of really wonderful people coming. We got wonderful people. John and Rene and Robin will be there. Kevin Tranzo, my team will be there. So we're very excited about this, and we're going to crack the code on Chief in a big way, if that's such a thing. I mean, we already kind of do that, but we want to do it even more. So we still have some room. I don't have any rooms on the second week. The first week still has, I think, 3 or 4 rooms left. Plus, we have some opportunities. If you want to stay at a hotel, you have a friend you can stay with nearby, you can just join us for the classes. So the prices are a little less expensive for that. So check it out. We'd love to have you there. I know it's short notice, but if you can break free, it would be cool to have you there. And the return on your investment in time and money will be tenfold when you leave this event. So, John, Rene, you got any comments about this?
I have some big comments about this.
Okay.
I think Dan would tell most people I'm not the best salesman when it comes to this stuff. But after going to IBS and running into everybody that I ran into and chit-chatting and just talking shop and getting into what everybody's doing, it got me really excited for this show. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
So that's just, that's it. Like this is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So you went to the show, and it's my understanding you spent a few minutes with the Chief Architect people there.
A few minutes.
those would be computer minutes, by the way.
They're gonna need, I'm gonna bill them for a knee replacement. I was standing there so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the booth all day on the second day, and I don't think I ever left. And just getting to talk to a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces to me. Putting the names to the faces is a huge thing for me. It
Isn't
just
that cool?
it just makes all the difference in the world to see these people that we see. We see your names scrolling through the chat list, and we have a relationship with you online, but until we get to meet you, it's something special to meet you in person. And maybe you're fans of us. It becomes immediately apparent I'm a fan of you. So it's just fun. It's fun to talk to people and see what they're doing and get into what they're getting into. So
Yeah.
it's very cool.
Isn't that true?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's one of the cool things about these events we do is you really get to know people. And again, some of us have. I mean, that's how we got to know you. You came to one of our events in Las Vegas. You weren't.
It was at the Builder Show. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
you came just for dinner, and we've got to know you since then, and we've become good friends. We've collaborated on things, and we got a whole bunch of other things we're going to collaborate on. So very exciting.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time at the Chief booth. Really fun to see the culture of Chief again. It's just an amazing company. Greg Wells is, what would you call him? President, CEO of the company?
I think he's the CEO, or he's the
CEO
head
of the
guy.
company?
He's the head guy.
Greg Wells is out there just selling the product direct to the customer, just out there working the floor like everybody else. Your developers that are working on the software, we're selling the software. They're talking to their customers, they're asking their questions, they're out there doing this. It's like, what other company do you get to know your own development team for that software that's been around for 30 years? It's just unheard of. So
Isn't that though?
yeah, it's really cool. And then I'm getting into some advanced stuff with rendering, and anytime they got a chance to, they huddled around and we'd get excited about this stuff. So someone asked if they had showcased X15. Yes, they did, and that was a lot of fun. We got to play around with it. And those of us that are on the beta team already, and we've been waiting to talk about X15. We can't yet. We still can't, but it's exciting. There's some exciting stuff. The version of the beta that they were on in X15 introduced some new features, and so it's just getting better over time. And I know that they said they're going to launch in the spring. That's going to be the official release date, and then they're working on getting public beta out. And they're targeting early next month or something for public beta. So keep an ear out for it. We'll be talking about it as soon as we can. We'll be talking about it because it's fun. It's exciting.
So do you have any pictures to show us, Rene?
Yeah, I do. Let me get my share screen.
Share screen. And
you gotta remember how to function.
Yeah, you got to go to the share screen here. I'll just share mine for a second.
Oh, yeah.
This is from 2020, 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
That should clear up in just a second. This is Google Photos. Come on. There we go. So, well, it should clear up. There we are at the Chief Architect booth, and they do have an amazing booth. I don't know why this is not clearing up. Usually they do. Oh, there we go. And we had so much fun there. And this is at the booth, and I think where'd you go? I thought you were in some of these pictures, Rene. Maybe that was a different show. Yeah, it must have been a different show because we had some photo bombing going on. Anyway, it was cool. But go ahead. Go ahead, share your screen. And
I haven't had the chance to sort through this stuff, and I'll tell you that the most of the pictures I took were on the kitchen and bath side. I didn't take a lot of pictures on the Builder Show side. I did talk to people and vendors on the Builder Show side, but the event this year was just huge. And Chief's booth was in the new West Conference Hall, which is a really long walk from the rest of the show. So it was tough to get to everything, but.
So did they put all the technology stuff together again in the big hall, in the hall where Chief was?
It was a mixed bag, really. I mean, it was definitely a mix. So you got a lot of the kitchen and bath stuff over in the Chief Hall as well. So
okay,
like 2020, one of Chief's competitors, that was in a completely different hall. So it was kind of interesting. they had Builder Trend right next to them, and no one told me I couldn't say anything about this, so I'm not sure if I can or not. But I know they're talking to Builder Trend and trying to figure out, a relationship with Chief. So
Why
that's
not?
cool. That means they're getting into the planning, the construction management side of things. So,
well, if I know Chief, they're collaborating with a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't stand still for anything. And, everybody that works there, they're always looking for more and better ways that they can collaborate to help more users.
They have such a sharp team too, and they seem to have great interpersonal relationships with each other, and they've all been there for a long time. And I know they're excited about a new developer that they hired, and I heard a couple of people talking about him. So some more exciting things maybe coming for X16. Who knows? So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're already working on X20.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always working way ahead of the game, and becoming hired as chief architect is not an easy task. So any new developer they hire goes through about a 6-month trial period and a ton of qualifications. So people, when they get hired there, they stay there. So
nice. I'll talk a little bit about the trends that I saw when I was there. The most notable trend to me was color. All of our major fixture suppliers, manufacturers were starting to introduce color in our fixtures and in our sinks, our faucets. And that seemed to go across the board. It was almost like there was an internal conversation that was had. So that was pretty cool. I haven't sorted through these pictures, so you're seeing them as I'm seeing them.
As you took them?
Yeah, as I took them, and I like this shot. I like these faucets. I was getting some Star Wars vibes out of these. So,
are these the kind that turn themselves on when you get next to them?
Oh, the automation that we're seeing is just incredible. Of course, it's difficult to take a picture of a pamphlet or something where we're talking about automation, but the resounding thought that I kept hearing from all of our manufacturers was that this new generation of homeowners wants automated stuff. They just want automation in their appliances. They want automation in everything. So
if it's got an app, it must be good,
Yeah. I have to sort through my notes. I can't remember which vendor it was, but someone had a range where it's a gas range. When you walk away from the gas range, it's got a proximity sensor. You walk away for long enough, it shuts your burners down. So we're getting into the safety side of automation. So that's really interesting. And they've got some, on-demand induction features coming into these cooking appliances, and so some really cool stuff with automation. And the automation's getting into everything. Your sink faucets, you name it.
Well, John's got a valid point here, but again, everything is our cars. Everything is a computer now.
Yeah.
So John, you're right, and so let's hope that security gets built in, so we don't have to worry too much about that.
I have a hunch that as some of these services become commonplace, that we're actually going to start seeing subscription models in our fixtures somehow. So, there's I really have to check my notes, but there's a couple of the vendors that they're integrating smart systems in terms of shutting down your water supply, et cetera, and monitoring that, and they're starting to build that into the valve systems. So we're just going to see this as
you can't take a shower today because you didn't pay up your app fee.
Yeah, exactly. You laughed on your bill, you laughed on your subscription,
or they'll start by giving you cold water only.
You didn't upgrade to 104-degree shower. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know they just put a new smart electric meter on my house, which is
Someone, I'm going to pin this comment. Hey, I agree with you, but doesn't mean that that's not coming.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just kind of scroll through some of these things.
Yeah.
Got to see some just new design. I mean, it's always nice seeing new designs in some of these traditional fixtures. We're just starting to see some new lines new ideas with a lot of these faucets.
Hot fillers.
Break away from some of the old. Like I said, a lot of color. We're introducing a lot of color in a lot of the sinks and faucets. So, this bright orange sink, and I'm having enough trouble getting my kids to automatically pack and unpack the dishwasher.
I think that comes with a shock collar or something like that, doesn't it?
I have an idea that I want. I'd like produced. I want a utensil drawer that is actually a dishwasher drawer for my utensils. Put the utensils in there. Somehow it figures out how to clean them.
So you put them away dirty and they come out clean.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
It's got to be coming down the line.
Or just do like some people and they do 2 dishwashers. So
Yeah.
and that's where they get all their dishes from.
It was fun to see some, vendors that are unknown to me and see what they're doing, taking big chances on producing really high-end stuff. And I mean, maybe someone else knows this brand, but I didn't. And I thought some of their display stuff was very cool. They're selling, some of these PEG systems and aluminum bodied stuff. So it was kind of a good one. I'm starting to see a big trend of a lot of book matched stone on the floor, on the showroom floor. So you'll see a lot of pictures of stone. I also took a lot of pictures so that I can convert them and get them into Chief and get them to everybody here. I like giving away those textures, so that's fun. So coming weeks, you'll see a lot of the materials I saw on the showroom floor. You'll see them, and I'll offer them for free for Chief. So I took a lot of time taking pictures of stone. This was another thing I noticed. A lot of Art Deco style in many of the booths. Had some kind of installation, some kind of Art Deco nod to the Art Deco style.
Yeah.
If I can get in real tight, a big trend I was seeing in all of our tile was just 3D text, depth. We wanted a lot of depth. A ton of fluting features, fluted walls, fluted fixtures.
What do you mean fluted?
Like a channel. We'll get to. I know I've got a couple pictures. We'll get to one.
Okay, cool.
Kohler just had an incredible booth.
Yeah.
They're
a trade show of themselves when they go to these things.
Yeah, and sorry, Delta, you were the most underwhelming booth to me. So if I was over at the Kohler booth, and everybody was. They were introducing a lot of interesting new ideas and concepts. Yeah. So this was one of them. I don't know if you can see this, but you've got a hand one that's floating overhead, and then just the shower body, the Rainmaker, and they had a lot of interesting thoughts with these. Like, I don't know that you can see this, but this was just a spigot that dumped onto a plate and then distributed through the Rainmaker.
Oh, interesting.
And so and then this could be detached. I didn't get a chance to try this out, but they had some really innovative stuff this year.
Nice.
And they're kind of introducing this concept of let's get you a bunch of decorative fixtures where we can just turn on a diverter valve and get a different look and feel.
It's like they're getting into gardening now, huh?
Yeah. I've been waiting for these shows to start introducing ways of managing your home plants and stuff and incorporating it into design. This was just me taking more pictures of looking at just how many different integrated things we're getting into these sinks. I don't think you're going to see a sink coming up here soon in the mid to upper tiers that doesn't have some kind of chopping block and integration or drain mat or something like that.
So Mark, I was talking to Mark the other day, and he was saying that the show was extremely well attended, probably pre-pandemic type numbers.
Oh yeah.
So,
and the energy this year was just incredible. People were really happy to be here. So I loved some of these new styles where, we've had the Kohler Purist line for a really long time. And it's a fantastic line, but we're starting to, that's a very round line throughout the entire fixture. And so I like this little, flat section. We're starting to see these vendors are figuring out how to do a nice balance with their fixtures. The the inventory of fixtures is just incredible across the board.
I love Vicky's comment. This is the same thing that happens in a grocery store. There'll be 10 people in the store and everyone will check out at the same time. Why is that?
Let's see. Starting to see a lot of these color freestanding tubs. Freestanding tubs seemed to be a big push.
You seen a lot of tub in the shower type thing?
Yeah, and finally showing enough of an idea there where you can wrap your head around it and maybe come up with a system that feels okay. Let me back up. Here's what I would say. Starting to see fixtures in bathrooms where it looks like it's part of the interior decor. It just seems like a continuation of the house, as you know, running the look and feel of the house through into the bathroom. And so the tub inside of the shower is part of that. The decor in the shower itself is starting to lend itself to, you know, a theme that you might run through the architecture of the home, including your exterior cladding and everything. So we're starting to see inside outside elements, which might be fun to figure out. How do we get an indoor outdoor bathroom?
Oh
yeah, some fun trends there. Oh, there's a selfie.
There you go.
I was actually really interested in this vanity. I liked the lines on it. You know, the spacing on the rails and everything, and just the ideas they're putting together, the color palette. Really getting away from white, and you know, I'm not going to be able to get away from white with my design clients, but you know, we're going to start nudging them that way, and we're starting to see that in the showroom floor, so that's fun.
What do you mean you're getting away from white?
You're all white. You're all white everything.
You're gone now. Okay.
You're all white kitchens. You're all white home. You're all white bathrooms. It's, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. It's still a beautiful idea, but
Sure.
starting to see a lot of color coming in and figuring out how to play with these different colors and textures. I thought this was interesting. You know, kind of a pass through. Let's not include a mirror. Let's do away with our mirrors and figure out other ways to incorporate them. Give someone a dedicated vanity space. So. I saw a lot of like these dedicated vanities that were, you know, offside of the main sinks in a bathroom. So that was an interesting thought.
I wonder when they're going to start using cameras and screens instead of mirrors.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't spend a lot of time in any of the mirror showcase booths, but I definitely saw a lot of smart integration in many of those. I'll have to share it next show, but I got introduced to a vendor that was pushing out Qi chargers, where you set your phone on top of the charger and it charges, where you cut into your composite top in your countertop. You route out a 1/2-inch channel for this device and it will charge right through your composite top. So, you know, getting more smart integration into the kitchen, where you got to come up with some clever idea of, you know, picking a mark in the grain to let someone know where that Qi charger lives. But, you know, more technology coming into the kitchen and bathroom. Getting some new looks and feels on our tower bathtub fixtures. So that's what I'm taking a picture of here. I really loved this tile, just a little bump offset tile. I thought this was really intriguing.
They're doing amazing things with tile.
Yeah. It's just, and there's some really incredible looks we're getting into. I love this guy right here. Just the lines of this really appealing to me. So, I figured I'd take a picture of this and look at this later and dissect this later. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we'll have to figure out a way we can share this on your website somewhere where I can share all these pictures. So
yeah,
take a look at what's going on. That was in the Delta booth. This is more color in the kitchen idea. Just really fun to see this stuff. Again, a lot of 3D elements, like linear 3D elements that we're seeing in the hood. So I like this drop sconce look.
That's really
very
nice.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
Of course, you need a 12-foot ceiling for this to work. So
or at least 10, you know.
Yeah. didn't particularly love this look, but it was it was a wild idea. And then more of this. This is what I'm talking about that fluting and the
Okay.
ribbing that you
Oh,
might
sure.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a project one time when they had willow branches inside the glass like that.
Okay.
That glass was really expensive.
Yeah.
I think it was over $1,000 just for the glass.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, and as we're starting to see it on the show, maybe it drives the price down. Who knows? I'm starting to see some of these, like, I feel like we're going to start seeing some of these cabinet sink assemblies pushed into the greater parts of the home. Just for just in a hallway, you might see a vanity, that's tucked into a nook, kind of a thing with a sink. So this look and feel very business-like to me. I like this zero edge stuff where you can't really even tell what it's made of. What the full assembly is. Kind of interesting to me. Getting into some more custom floating vanities. This one in particular was pretty interesting look to me.
Yeah.
Liking these coral colors. That's more of this channeling. Full height panels here being cut, custom integrated sinks. Cool stuff.
Wow. Nice. Yeah.
A lot of these mitered solid stone vanities. Very interesting. So
it's not really solid stone, is it? It's just mitered.
Well, the look of it, it's mitered,
Okay.
and then just stone from from the floor all the way up. No toe kick, so I hope you don't have feet. I'm missing some of these comments. Let's see. I'd be curious on your best way to make a wall fluted paneling in chief. I do have a method for that. I have a very old video about that, so I'll have to redo it. I was seeing a lot of this in the fixtures, kind of this. How would you even say it? Somewhat of like a translucent light. So we're bouncing a lot of different, not as hard of a light. So multiple light sources in a bathroom, multiple vanity lights at times. More of the valve bodies. Here's more of that color. This was kind of a wild concept, wild look. Stormtrooper-esque to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go great in a man cave.
Yeah. These two-toned deals here. Was liking these knobs. Thought the knobs were kind of interesting. That's your 20-inch rims on your sports car right there.
Yeah. I wonder if the colored ones, if they have different colors, or your favorite football teams or basketball teams, kind of a theme.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to give this one away later today for Chief. This was a really interesting pattern. You almost couldn't tell where the brake lines were in this. So
that will be interesting to see how you make that a seamless texture.
Yeah. I might not get it done, but we'll try. I'll give it a shot. I'll try to record that. We could showcase
that'd be interesting, yeah, because seamless textures can be really tricky. But yeah, if anybody can do it, I know you can. So
yeah. All right, more faucets. Oh, this was a big one. Everybody was excited about this. Seeing these
color,
really?
Yeah, well, wild looking colors going
on.
on.
Look at that 1950s pink toilet.
Wow. I could hardly get in to even get a picture for this.
Really? Which brand is that now?
This is Kohler, and we're starting to see what are they called? Social influencers. Social influencers were on the showroom floor and clearing out space as much as they could and doing their podcasts, and everybody wanted to get in front of these toilets. So this was a hot
custom
item.
Make any color?
I don't know, and I know that they did some kind of a contest. They wanted to see what everybody's favorite color was. I have to read up on see where that ended up. So
wow,
that was kind of funny. I'm gonna pin this one from Bill Murray. Ribbed glass was hot in the 1940s. And like I said, a lot of Art Deco elements. What was our Art Deco influence? Was kind of early 50s. I have to take a look at my books on that, but yeah. This was still just in the Kohler booth. I was just getting inspired by some of the design looks here. again, just more of that 3D wall. That was really big everywhere. So this was a whole line from Kohler that including their cabinet. I think it included cabinet handles. I think they're doing some partnership with some cabinet handle vendors, or do they have a lot of that in house? Not sure, but you can pick up the entire line through Kohler now. This was that same anodized finish. I think it's anodized is what they're using, anodization process. This refrigerator was that same color and surface.
Oh, wow.
So that whole fridge, it was hard to take a picture of because of where they had it located, but yeah. And then this was the hot ticket item on everybody's list. And it was tough to even get in here and take a picture, but this is a ceiling mount faucet. And
no way.
And it retracts up into the ceiling. So it hangs down and it looks like a pendant fixture, and then you just grab it as you need to and pull it down and use it for your sink. And
oh, come on.
the thought here, which I loved, I kind of had the same initial impression, like, oh, look at this is a gimmick, and then I kind of liked how they got to this idea, which was, we have all these accessories for your sink now. And do we really expect people to do prep at your sink with this faucet in your way? And you got to knock the faucet out of the way. Well, this is that idea. Is it retracts up into the ceiling and it actually swivels around, so you can really move it out of your way and do your prep at your sink. And it's
stand your two-year-old toddler in the sink and give him a shower.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Did it have a light on it?
Oh no, it didn't. I don't think it did. I didn't get in close to it. I know that I got to meet Chat Holgerson, who's a member of our community, and he comments here a lot. I think he still might be out in Vegas, and he got to try the action out and said it really functioned well. So that's cool.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, innovation just keeps on moving, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm seeing some new solid surface vendors here. This is just, again, me taking pictures of some of this book match stuff because I want to convert it to cheap.
Someone's giving Cambria a run for their money now.
Yeah, they're you're putting a little pressure on them. It will drop the prices somehow. Probably not.
Yeah, I've toured the Cambria plant here in Minnesota. It's phenomenal.
There was oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, the Cambria plant here in Minnesota is phenomenal. I mean, it's the way they make that stuff is really something to see.
I feel like I'm missing some good comments here. Look at this, Larry Smith.
Good in a water fight. I was thinking that too.
Exactly. Come on, kid. That thing flapping around at the top. Right. This booth, it's going to be hard for me to zoom in on this. I think, what did I take a picture of this? I can't zoom for some reason. There was a Italian based vendor that had some stuff that looked like it was coming from like Decton, where a lot of movement in their stone. It was very interesting looking to me. So I wanted to go check them out. This was a vendor I didn't know, but everything that they had on display was really gorgeous stuff. So that was just a quick pass through. Some more book matched big slabs. This brand, True, I don't know if you've ever used True, but they had some really innovative products for their refrigerators. Wow. And again, just showcasing the colors that are being introduced.
I think I have seen that one.
They have a 24-inch width unit that has the internal storage capacity of their competitor's 30-inch unit.
Wow.
They're directly comparing to like Viking, where you can get a much smaller footprint and then get a lot more internal volume. So
wow.
And the look and feel of these refrigerators is fantastic. Not only that, but they're available. The lead times aren't nearly as severe as what you might be seeing somewhere else. So say that now, who knows what will happen down the line. But
did you talk to many people about lead times, how things are going?
Yes, and it's all over the board. People are everybody's trying to get handshake deals and back end deals to figure out how they can get the supply chain, back up and going. And
Yeah.
so yeah, big concern. Everybody's talking about it, so it's a big deal. And those vendors that lead to you first step and first thing out of their mouth saying that, hey, we have better lead times. Yeah, that's a powerful thing. So that's why this company stood out to me right away. I was introduced to this by a couple that I met at the show, and had just a blast walking around with them. I'll have to talk to them later and talk about maybe getting them on here at some point, because they really influenced my path in the show, gave me some new insight. So this is true again. They've got this kind of ribbed or fluted channeled look and feel. So this is a undermount refrigerator, 2-drawer refrigerator.
Oh, nice.
Handle set. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is more about incorporating some of these, refrigerator and sink items into your living room and stuff. So at your bar. Yeah, that's that pull out.
Well, and also the ADU, putting ADUs in the backyards and stuff would be that small refrigerator would be good for stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna start getting into some video that I haven't processed yet.
Yeah.
Just trying to make some marketing media for myself.
There you go. Always
more of these color sinks, and all the integrated elements and the variety of integrated colors. You see your drain trays are going from gold and black to kind of a faux rock stone finish and everything in between. So and a lot of these elements will work across their other sink offerings, so they're interchangeable. And
so Rene, let's jump a little bit here, because we're 22. Yeah. How about technology stuff? Did you run into any good technology there? Besides Chief Architect, of course.
Yeah, I got very little time to really get into the technology side. I was just I had an ear open to it, but you told me shoot me over to the Moasure booth.
Yeah.
That was a really exciting one to talk through.
Did you got a chance to meet the guys?
I got a chance to meet him. I think he said that the president of the company would probably be interested in coming on board.
Cool.
They're an up and coming company based out of the UK, and if you're unfamiliar with Moasure, they've got a little puck that has an accelerometer and a gyro, and as you walk the perimeter of a property, it will map that property, and they said they're within 0.5% on accuracy, and you can even do organic curves, S curves, etc. You can have it trace your path, or you can go from point to point to point, and it's really fast. And in fact, they encourage you to go fast because it's based on that accelerometer. And not only did he showcase their main target audience is people that are doing surveys of the land, right? So this is a lot of it's for real estate, and but I kept pushing again. Are you going to get into the interior space? And they're working on it. So it'd be a company that I would say this is a great company to support. They have an awesome product. They're not on a subscription base at the time being. They just sell an individual product. It's very affordable. I think right around maybe $500 or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you can get a survey in just a matter of minutes, and it's extremely accurate. And then if you change it into wall mode and you take the puck out of the extended rod that they give you and place the puck from wall to wall to wall, it will map an interior space. So, and it does do elevation. And this was the most impressive aspect of this to me, because I'm on a hillside lot, is it is figuring out distance and elevation at the same time. So it's not just counting your steps per se. It's wherever you start, that's your 0 grade. So you pick the spot that you're going to designate as your 0 grade, your 100 foot above sea level.
Which could be the
sorry, go ahead.
Could be the bottom of your front door. 0 grade could be the bottom of your front door.
Exactly. So and then you can even pick any segment that's measured along that path and it will tell you, it will show you a diagram of it in terms of elevation and distance.
Cool. Yeah. So there it's showing.
Can you start and stop it? Like, can you do a section of your property and then stop it and do another section and put them together?
I know that they're working on being able to integrate multiple path traces because the biggest problem with trying to do it for the interior space right now is you can't link two rooms together. It becomes just a separate project. So I know they're working on that on the development side.
Doug
And
says
the
no.
greatest way to push this company forward is support them. I'm really thinking about buying one myself. I thought it was a fantastic product. It was really fun to talk to the rep.
Yeah, I did reach out to them, and hopefully they're getting. One of their salespeople got back to me, and we talked a little bit. So I'm hoping that we can get them on the show one of these times to talk about it.
Yeah, and we're not getting any kind of affiliate, any compensation for this. It was just an exciting product. It really was.
Yeah, so, exactly. I mean, in fact, we don't get anything from anybody on these shows, so these are all just we do these. We literally do these just for fun, and to help you guys. So to us, that's fun.
Yeah.
And awesome. Well, I'm glad you got a chance to go meet them. Oops, I just removed you. So
I'm sure
anyway, spend a few minutes. If anybody has any chief questions, you go ahead and type them in. We'll spend a few minutes on any questions you might have. Rene, you can keep talking if you want. Yeah.
I'll tell you. The next thing that go ahead.
Dan, Edit sent you an email, I believe.
Yeah, I know.
Not a question. Okay.
What's the question? Let me check. I know she sent me an email that she can't make at the summit, but I'm working on. Okay, go ahead, Rene.
I was just gonna. This was a cool thing from Kohler. This was another Kohler tub. This integrated into the floor with a recirc pump and a filter, and pushed the bath water back up. So you need 20. I think it was like 22 inches of clear space underneath this tub, and then it would just filter and push the water back into the tub. And it was a pretty exotic looking tub. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
so
cool.
That's the problem. Back to the technology side, I spent a lot of time with AMD's rep. I think we might be able to get him on the show in the future. And he encouraged me to push his machines with some chief files. So, and I really hammered away at this thing, and then I was immediately upset that I spent so much money on my Intel based machine. I'm not pushing for this product yet. I don't have any affiliate yet with this, so I was really impressed with that.
There's my bad boy built.
And there's yours, there's your competitor right there.
That's got the Intel 24-core chip in it, so it's a smoking hot machine. Let me tell you.
So
RTX 4090, 128 gig of RAM. So
have you really gotten to push that thing yet? Have you had the opportunity?
No, I have not. I've been just so busy doing things. I've tested it on a few things. I can walk through that plan and it's like, it takes 1 second to produce the view. It's pretty cool. But
very cool looking too.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Is that the temp sensor right on top of the CPU?
No, that's an antenna. Right
on top of the processor.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, here I can zoom in on that for you. But you can program that. You could even put your logo on that if you wanted to. It's pretty cool.
Oh, funny.
Nice. There's a whole control panel for controlling all the fans and the lighting and all of that. But it's nice. I did a video on the parts, and I'm going to do another video showing how they all came together, and I'll post that in the blog. And it was a lot of fun.
We'll try to get if you're open to it, we'll try to get this AMD guy on the show somehow too. And
it'd be fun to compare.
I'm really pushing to try to get a machine from AMD out to the summit. So
that'd be cool.
We're gonna be talking hardware when we're out there. That'll be a fun thing to dive into.
Our next designer show we're gonna do from the summit. So we'll have a chance maybe to talk a little bit about some of that. And
you're bringing your main machine, that new machine. You're bringing
that bad boy with you. Bet.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. It's a good teaching machine too. And if you take a look at it real quick, it's Where'd my picture go? Oh, where did I put it? Here it is. I've got a few, we'll talk about the Space Mice. We'll talk about the Stream Deck, how that works. I just got that. I haven't even tried a chance to see how it works yet. But Joe talks about that, and he really gets into this. About the automation. I'm going to mechanical keyboard just to go with a little bit different mouse. So I'm switching.
How are you liking the keyboard?
I'm really liking it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a little noisier than what I'm used to, but not much. And I just like the space between the keys and the feel. So
yeah,
I'm hoping I'll be able to type faster with less errors. But anyway, it's all those silly little things.
Nice.
Ed had a question about Chief. Let me go answer that real quick. And then if you got a few other things you want to show, just go ahead and zip through your pictures. Edit's question was, she put a terrain around her property. And Edit, I'm so sad you won't be joining us at the summit. So some things came up and Edit can't make it now. So when you put a terrain in, it puts itself in kind of based on the thickness of the floor joists, 6 inches below that, because that's a code thing that you got to have 6 inches of foundation. Well, I don't have a foundation in this plan. So when you click on the terrain and open it, you'll see here that you'll have a number right here, and this will be checked as automatic. So all you have to do is uncheck that and put a number in here. Now, don't put a negative number in here. What you're doing is how far is the subfloor of the first floor above the terrain. So if you want 24 inches, you could do that. So you can move that terrain up and down all that you want, and it really works pretty slick. And it doesn't matter if, let's see if I have one here. That was this one. No, it's 4. I just worked on a terrain with a my son thumped upstairs. My dog, you heard it. Is this the one I have the terrain in? No, this is not. I'm sorry, I wasn't planning to show this, but if I can find it real quick, if I go to layout, it should be on there. Client wanted me to show the terrain on all floors.
Oh, really?
And it took me a minute, but there you go. But it's really only on one floor. Guess how I did it?
Safe plan views?
Yeah.
Reference plan?
3 separate reference plans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I want to just demonstrate here too. It doesn't matter if your terrain is flat or contoured already. This one we had a DWJ, I brought it in, and it's part of the deal. So he wanted to see how his design fit on the existing lot, so he can tell how much grading he's going to have to do. So that's what we're looking at here. So he was pretty pleased with how it came out, the way he designed this house. But at any time with any terrain, you can open the dialog box and you can change this number anytime you want. So that's just where it happened to come in here and it fit perfect. But if I wanted to, I could lower that even more. This is a negative number now. So if I put if I made it 3, it should go down even more. Okay. So it doesn't, moving the train up and down has nothing to do with the contours. Those won't change whatsoever. It just has to do with the relationship to your house. So there's a long-winded answer to that question. All right. So if anybody else has any questions, thanks for sending that in, Edit. You can always email me questions ahead of time, dan@chiefexperts.com, and I will post those and we'll get to those during these shows. What's the cost of that? What?
No, your computer.
I've got about 4 into the parts.
Two children.
Not quite. Not quite. No, I mean, the biggest expense on the thing was RTX 4090, which was $1,600.
You got a good deal on that.
Yeah, that was not a bad price.
Nice.
And then all the other parts put together. The next biggest one was the processor, which was $600. And then the RAM was $300 for 120 gig of the DDR4. I didn't go the DDR5 because it would have cost 4 times as much. DDR5 is the latest RAM. So, and the motherboard is a little less for the DDR4. Other than that, it's just all the little parts, and it's water cooled and all that. Again, I'll post a video with all what I have in there with the pricing, and yeah, I think it was just a little over $4. So it was not too bad. My son and I put it together. We had Ethan. I used to build all my own computers, and Ethan's really good at it too. And so we enjoyed doing that kind of stuff. Here, I'll just show you real quick.
I was going to tie that picture of that sink faucet into your machine. The only thing your machine was missing was a beer tap like that sink.
We'll have to think about that one. All right, where did I put those pictures for that thing? Here they are. So here we are. There's Ethan. He's my son. He's built machines for other people, and he's really good at it, but he just didn't want to do it anymore. So he just kind of gave up on it. But yeah, it was fun. This is a big jigsaw puzzle. This big Lego thing with a few a lot of technology involved in it. But yeah, there's what it looks like in its rough state with cords hanging everywhere. And then you get it all cleaned up, and away you go. So anyway,
always exciting when it comes together. Yeah,
it is. So my goal with that was to be able to show everyone the different components that go into a computer, and I do have a video that I've prepared already. Again, I just have to get it posted. So
nice. I was going to mention a couple things. I'm remembering a few things from the IBS side. I didn't take a ton of pictures over there, but was just seeing a lot of quick systems for just. We're starting to see click systems for siding, which is kind of crazy. Fasteners that are just fastening to your zip balls or whatever, and you just click on some sidings, and it you level up your click system, and you've got a level siding facade with an air gap for managing ventilation, etc., like that. So I'll have to dig through just some of the brochure stuff and get into some of that stuff maybe next time. Get into some of the exterior clad stuff and a lot of the weatherproofing stuff. That's products that are coming out.
But this is in 2 parts, Dan. This is
okay.
the question.
Just appear with a wooden type foundation using the deck tool to portray the 2D CAD foundation. And then, so you just want to know how to put a skirt around the building?
Yeah, well, he has this question posted in Chief Experts Forum on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to make him a video of that, and I haven't got to it yet.
I've done it different ways. I use a molding polyline sometime with either a lattice look or a straight, like a siding look or something, and that can work okay. You could use it. You can even do it in 3D. I've done that before. I've made walls that look like that.
You could do a railing wall and convert it to a symbol, drop it back in.
There's a whole bunch of different ways to do the same thing. In the worst case, you can go into the elevation, draw slabs, and put them in where you need them. And, that works. You could do material regions on top of walls to make it look like something. So yeah, a lot of ways. I've been running my 7950. Ethan, what do you mean you're running a 7950? What's a 7950? What?
Oh, that's a processor.
An AMD processor? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I've heard great things.
We were talking about the AMD when you put that up there.
Yeah, I've heard great things about AMD, so it would be fun to do some comparisons, and they are less expensive than the Intel chips. So,
man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And how much was that? How many RAM was that? Or gigs was that, Ethan?
And Ethan, are you bringing that machine? We're going to put it head to head with Dan's machine.
Come on, baby, bring it out. You got to buy, depending on your case, I had to buy a 30-inch suitcase to bring mine. So, Ethan, AMD top end, other than Threadpiper processor. Don't know what that means. 64 gig, 500 for 60. Yeah, that's what it was. So I got 128 for 380 of the DDR4. They were just telling me there's just not enough significant difference in the speed to make it worthwhile to pay that extra money. So I went along with that. weighs more than I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did buy a medium tower case so I can bring it. Plus I just like the smaller case. I got a wonderful case. All right. How are we doing on time?
A few minutes left.
A few minutes left.
I just wanted to say to everybody that came up and introduced themselves to me, I had such a fun time talking to people and having people come up and chat with me. So that was a really good time, really good show.
That's great. Yeah, it is so fun to meet everybody. And again, if you can make it to our summit, you'll have that experience tenfold. So yeah, we'll have to think about doing something next year. I'm not sure what. I haven't planned ahead to know if we're going to do a thing, something like we've done in the past, if we just do a training, if we just do a I don't know yet. So, but there's lots of opportunity to do lots of different things. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And
I posted something, let's see, last week on my own channels, and I don't think it made it to the Chief Experts channels, but we're going to be giving away over $1,400 worth of my shop items if you're registered for the summit by the 6th, which is coming up here pretty soon. So if you've already registered for that summit, you're going to be entered into a raffle, and we'll do a little spin the wheel at the show, and we'll give away some stuff.
Yeah, we'll have lots of goodies to give away.
Yeah.
And just went over the menu with my sister yesterday. We're looking good there. Lots of good food. You guys will eat well. We will have sauerkraut dumplings again. Let's see what else. Anything else? Anybody else have any questions? Yeah, Rene, thank you for sharing your experience there. I know you were excited to go there and spend time in the Chief booth, and I'm sure they'll send you a big check here next week.
Yeah, right.
Not.
I have more stuff to tell you about Chief. I just haven't really processed. I mean, I got in on a red eye, so I'm still half asleep right now. But
sure. So you got any high points?
Yes. Just talking to the development team and what they're into and what they're working on, and you know, they're really attentive. If you can get their ear, they're really attentive to the features that you might need to incorporate.
They are.
So that's cool.
I know when we were out to Coeur d'Alene, and I was talking to the guy that's doing about the garage, the way the garages work, and the cuts, the curb, and all that stuff. They put some of that in right away, so that was pretty cool. So you guys, John, you were gonna say something?
I was just going to say that Margaret's asking if the new version's been released yet, and you said they're looking at the spring.
Official release in the spring, and then public beta might be in the next within the next couple months here.
I did reach out to Brian and asked him if he would please put all of our people on the beta list. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how responsive they really are. But I said we'd be your best beta testers ever, which we would be. We'd be pushing that thing hard when we're out there. So that would be really cool. So
I think I can say this. I've probably got 20 projects under my belt with this version. So yeah,
it's solid. It's really solid, and it's fast. The rendering is just, even on my older card, it's really fast. So and even on my laptop, the RTX 2070, it's good. I mean, it's still not as.
We were doing stuff at the booth all day, and when you see that, you know, the CEO of the company jump up and get excited about something that we're doing, that's so cool, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Were you showing them how to do crazy things with cabinets?
You know, I don't know how much I can say right now, but yeah, we're doing some fun stuff. Yeah.
Getting a bunch of. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, well, and some of the developers have never seen, you know, just how crazy we can get with hacking these cabinet tools and all this other stuff, and them seeing it for the first time. It was fun. It was like, oh, that's our product. Cool. Yeah. You know, so yeah.
No, it is cool. So that's the fun thing about Chief. You guys, thanks for being here today. I appreciate it. Everybody that's on the call, if you're watching the video, thanks. If you've got questions about the summit, reach out to me, and I would be happy to talk to you about that. We can make it work for you if we have to. At our website, let me just pull this up real quick. If you head over to Chief Experts, we do have something, you know, we're not always standing still. So if you're interested in doing a little, you know, branding for your business, Jolene who does all my marketing stuff, is phenomenal. And she's agreed to put together a course where we're going to help companies rebrand, get their logos, get the things done that you've been wanting to get done for years and never got to. So just sign up here. You can just just get your name on a list if you're interested, and we'll be sure to let you notify you. We'll be sure to notify you right away when it's ready to go. It'll be a while yet, so we're still working on a lot of things.
This was a hot topic, by the way. A lot of people talking about how to get into this new realm of marketing, where we're not paying direct for marketing. We're getting a lot of marketing just based on social media. That's the new wave.
Well, that's part of it, but you have to get your branding in order first.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made a big difference. We were always showing up to the booths that just had that look, that's something that was just enticing, something that you really wanted to get on board with. So
so I mean, I work hard to keep my branding in sync and everything, and Chief does a great job. I mean, all good companies do a great job with their branding, so you know what they're all about. So, but we can talk about that with clients. We won't get into that right now, but sign up for that. Get on our wait list. We'd love to have you there. Check us out. Everybody, thanks again for attending. We'll see you next time.
Norman said, when's our next show? That's a good one to end up.
It's third Wednesday, which would be
third Friday.
Third Friday. Thank you. I don't know why I said Wednesday. So if I get to my calendar here, it is on what's the third Wednesday. So that'll be on the 18th, and we will be there at the show doing it from the summit.
But if it's a nice day, we might be standing right there in that courtyard behind Dan there. Maybe.
We hope. I've looked at the weather forecast. It's supposed to be darn nice.
Yeah, good.
Above average is what it's looking like. Anyway, guys, thanks. Bye, everyone.